What's going on, guys? Tron here with the next video. Obviously, we had the update this morning. Most people know what's going on with that. All the new heroes on offense, Legend League, Builder Hall 9. I've gotten a few things done. I got a few of the spells upgraded. I got the new Rage, Poison, Skeleton. The Haste will be done very shortly. Obviously, I wasn't max pre-update, so still working on everything, but it's going to be pretty exciting video. I did start the Builder Hall 9 upgrade. Just going to let that go. I don't really play Builder Hall. I don't really enjoy it. And I decided not to push up the Legend League. I'm going to just let it go for probably a season, see what happens. I'm concerned that I can't farm as much as that I want to up in Legend League, especially with all these heroes left to do, walls, defenses, etc. So we'll see what the feedback is from some other players who are up there. What I do want to cover in this video is the practice mode. I did all of the levels here, so a lot of feedback. I don't think it was as good as Supercell wanted it to be, or maybe as I expected it to be. One glitch is the stars from practice mode are contributing to the Goblin map stars, so I'd expect that to get fixed. You cannot do all of these at once. So like you can with the Goblin map, you can access all of these as soon as you open the game. Practice mode, I believe you can only access the levels for the Town Hall past the one you're at. So if you're at Town Hall 10, you can do the Town Hall 11 challenges. But if you're at Town Hall 9, you're not going to be able to do the Town Hall 12 challenge. All in all, there isn't a lot of loot that's available. I think I did a little quick math. You get about 4,775,000 of gold and elixir, and you get about 36,000 of dark elixir, which just isn't a lot. You get basically that in just the top three, playing the top three in the single player, the Goblin map. So not a whole lot of loot to contribute. And then overall, I believe that the let's hop in here and watch a little replay. But I think that gives you a little bit of false sense security. Telling you, just teaches you bad things. So here we go, we have a Town Hall 5, which does have an enemy CC in the game. So there's nothing going on here with regards to luring a CC out, doing a CC kill, and then deploying troops and things like that. So I think that teaches people that are bad. There's also an aspect of a lot of the stages in the attack. So there was especially one at Town Hall 9, which I'll show you, where the time, you can tell there's no 3-minute timer on here, and the time that they allowed for the Queen Walk or something like that was just absurd. It wasn't anything you'd actually see in a real clan war. So let's end the battle here. If you do head in here, it does take you right back to the home village, and you have to go back into the practice mode. Let's check out Town Hall 7. So this is usually where the practice mode, where you start to see a lot of drag loons. So it does give you some good information here. Approach the base from behind the air sweeper. Very interesting. But again, that is not where I would want to destroy the air spare. So let's do it on my own here. You can, if you try to drop it, sometimes it lets you drop things where you want to. So let's do it where I want to and kind of see what happens here. I don't like any of that position. But the other thing that's weird, so it doesn't allow you to bring your own clan castle troops. So often with these drag loon attacks, this is just terrible. This is not how you deploy drag loons at Town Hall 7. This is why I just really don't like it. They're not this spread out. You don't get the level 8 loons that you would normally get in a war attack with a haste to send them into a defense. These dragons aren't having to deal with their own clan castle troops, so it just doesn't simulate that type of environment in the tutorial, and I really didn't like that. Let's hop out here. I do want to show you guys a couple more. I want to show the Town Hall 9 and up, so let's hop into that right now. Okay, let's hop into the Town Hall 9. I think we'll start off with the La Loon first. We will be doing the tutorial. So I do like here where it talks about waiting for the enemy queen to step on the outside of the wall. Going to use a little Sui hero action on that. So I do like that teaching point where it's telling you to get the enemy queen down with your heroes. But again, there's no enemy CC troops that you have to deal with, so no poison or things like that. So that I just find to be a problem. And you'll notice here, this isn't very typical, an anti-3-star Town Hall 9 base. And we'll see that problem be amplified even more when we see some of the higher bases here. And then there is a pause anytime that it tells you to do something. You'll notice even with the video going here at ×2 speed, you'll see those pauses in the video. And then I do like the pre-haste. It is teaching good technique there on the pre-haste, but this is pretty much a spam loon. Not teaching any type of surgical action here on the La Loon, so I think that gives the attackers a little bit of a false sense of security. And then 3 Baby D to clean up. That's just not something common that you really see. Let's hop out here and do the Witch Slap one at Town Hall 9. I think this is the first one where I was just really shocked by how much time they allowed. And then this attack also really bothered me because this is a Witch Slap which commonly uses bowlers in your CC, which you just don't have here. You'll notice on this base they do put a lot of the typical trash buildings that you'll see at Town Hall 9, so that was good. But you'll notice in the Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 12 attacks, those trash buildings are really lacking. So you lose the practice on funneling, getting your cleanup down in time so you don't time fail, and those are things that you're just not dealing with in these attacks. You'll notice I've been talking for quite a bit. This queen walk is still going on. She's not having to deal with any CC troops. Let me tell you something. And then we use 4 earthquakes. I'm not sure what that's about. You don't really see 4 earthquakes at Town Hall 9. They're probably just trying to up the hype on the new earthquake level. But again, you're not going to see that at Town Hall 9, I don't believe. Here we have the queen's ability, and then the queen walk is still going on. If you're doing this real time, you just want to scratch your eyes out. It's too long. It's not realistic. You would never do this in a 3-minute war attack. And then the deployment of the golems and the witches also was really bothersome. You deploy these golems. There's no funnel built on the other side. You use 2 witches. You don't know if there's Teslas, giant bombs, or whatever over there. So that's also frustrating. A lot of these witches kind of go off to the side. They drop the rage, poison on the enemy queen. Just, it's good technique to do that, but normally you'd be using that poison on the enemy CC troops, not your focus is on the enemy heroes. So that was also kind of upsetting. And then you use the jump on the back end to get your troops back up. So just trying to, maybe I'm a little bit of a nitpicker, I want perfection, but it just doesn't give the attacker a lot of simulation on what they might see on an actual war attack. So moving through here, rest of the cleanups down. I think let's hop out. Let's show some Town Hall 10. Actually, for the length of the video, let's jump to Town Hall 11. So again here, look, there's no trash buildings, no army camps, no gold mines, elixir collectors, things like that. So you don't have the time fail at all. I do like how they talk about getting the eagle down and the enemy queen down for a La Loon attack. I really do appreciate that. Again, no CC troops having to deal with, and you get the slammer as well. They do give you a level 2 slammer, but still, it's just not a fair attack. And you'll notice here, there's 2 expos on ground at 6 o'clock, just south of the Town Hall. And then you also don't have a typical Town Hall 11 war base. This war base, honestly, I wouldn't La Loon it. I would just use a straight bow witch attack. So again, we're getting back to the same thing, same patterns that we're just seeing on all these types of attacks where it's not preparing these attackers for, people that do struggle with these types of attacks. It's not preparing them for actual success in the war here. So again, we do the pre-hastes, but again, here we are with deploying Lava Hounds first. It's very rare. It's not that you don't do it. I would just say 90% of the time you're really deploying your loons first, because they're so much faster, and you don't want them to get, you don't want the Lava Hounds to get ahead of your loons, and so then they would get popped. And then this Lava Hound and loons here on the back end, I think, are deployed a little bit early. Warden through here, bunch of rages, pretty much a spam loon, so the attacker is not learning that surgical attack here at Town Hall 11. But anyway, moving through here, let's show one more attack at Town Hall 12, and then that'll be it for this video. Alright, last attack for this video. I know it's getting a little bit long. Here we are with the Bowler Witch at Town Hall 12. I love the Tesloon here for the Queen Walk, something we didn't see at Town Hall 9. I don't like the fact that they deploy the heroes first. That just wastes time that you could be using while your queen is attacking. No trash buildings again. We do see some storages, some internal collectors as well, but nothing like the amount of trash buildings that we would see on a normal base that can really cause a queen to walk the wrong way. So you don't get any practice with one of the most frustrating parts in the game. You'll notice that the deployment is very delayed. You can tell even at how fast this video is going that there are pauses. That can get very frustrating. It is kind of time consuming. And then it's not just a typical Bowl Witch. We use these freezes here. They used 2 freezes. You could have hit both those Infernals with 1 freeze. So that just wasn't very technical in this attack. Jump on the back end here. It's just no CC troops at all. You're not dealing with a Lava Hound in the enemy CC or anything like that. It's just very easy. This is not a normal Town Hall 12 attack. I think that they could have done it a lot better. You could have possibly changed your defending CC to what you wanted it to be. You could have had those trap buildings out as well. That could have been a lot better. And then even if you didn't do that, you could just have something standard, standard defending CC that you could update. I don't know. I just think there's better ways. If they'd put just a little bit more effort into this, it could have been a lot higher quality product for the players to learn these really advanced war attacks, especially as they're progressing up through the levels. Of course, nothing is better than a few friendly challenges to really hone your skills because the meta is always changing. But that's it for this video. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the practice mode. I'm looking forward to bringing more content, more war attacks with the new hero levels and everything else. Until next time, this is Tron, and good luck out there.